Good evening, my beautiful friends. This is Nightfall with Maui Paul. We are here today to pull an I am card for the week. Good evening, good evening. I see you there, Shauna. It's wonderful to have you here today as we go through another amazing I am affirmation. I want to say thanks so much to the folks who watch this and support this stream and who share this and comment on it and essentially put it out there to the algorithms that be that this is the sort of message that's worth spreading. So you guys are awesome. Couldn't do it without you. Anyways, as I mentioned before, we're going to be working with one of my I am cards today. And I'm pretty excited about this because as I am kind of peeking or showing a little sneak preview here, I've actually completed my I am deck and I've sent it off to the printers. So we have a whole bunch of cards here to go through. We're going to be going through five never before seen ones this week, and we will also be pulling another one. So let's have some fun today. And yeah, let's have some fun. Let's pull a card and we shall see where things go. So I have pulled the I am empowered card for the week. I am empowered. I celebrate my ability to change and adapt. So I am empowered. I celebrate my ability to change and adapt. Are you empowered? You are empowered. You celebrate your ability to change and adapt. I'm going to write that down in the chat. And I am, as I do that, I am really putting this out there into the world, which is a pretty cool thing. The fact is that when just hearing me say it, that's one level of faith, that's one level of trust. But saying it ourselves gives us such an amazing boost. Writing it down allows other people to affirm it, allows other people to agree with it. And so we admit that we are empowered and that we celebrate our ability to change and adapt today, just like we have yesterday and every yesterday before then. And the fact is that we are always constantly changing. It's so funny to me how change is one of those things that people fear, and yet no moment has ever been like the last. Our entire lives, from beginning to end, are just one gigantic change. And yet, so many people are frightened of that change, are frightened of the fact that change happens, are worried that maybe just because everything has been working out just fine before, that suddenly things wouldn't work out in the future in the same way that they have in the past. And yet, no matter what we've gone through in the past, we've survived it. We're still here. And so we are empowered. And we celebrate our ability to change and adapt to become the best versions of ourselves. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I feel like I'm very empowered. I feel like I'm empowered this week. I've actually already come up with my to-do list of the most important tasks for the week, and I'll be writing those down in my day planner as soon as I'm done with this broadcast. And I'm empowered to choose what I want and what what is the best way forward for me. And indeed, I have been doing exactly that. So I'm pretty excited about it. Thank you so much, Shauna, for the congratulations on those cards. Shauna is excited to begin a new healthy habit this month. Darn tootin'. The habits that we have really define us as individuals. It's the things that we do over and over every single day. And a beautiful thing about habits, a beautiful thing about being empowered to change our habits is that they need not be big changes. I have a lot of conversations with Bretta Jean about health and wellness. And one of the things that just kind of hits me over and over and over again is that getting fit doesn't happen in a day because getting unfit doesn't happen in a day. Nobody gets super fat just by eating one meal to excess. People become unfit because they eat to excess repeatedly for months and months and months, but then expect that one workout will take them back to where they used to be. And of course, it's silly. All of these habits are cumulative. And so we would expect that if we would like to get back to a place that we used to be, that we need to reverse the changes that we did over months and months and months. And the good news is that the results come really quick. And the bad news is that the results still take months and months and months to fully 100% set. So as we're empowered to do this, we celebrate the change. We celebrate our ability to adapt. we celebrate it. We celebrate the process. Ultimately, it's not about the destination. The destination is not that important to us. What is important is the person that we become along the way, the person who can really show up in that world, to show up in that way, and be an empowered change agent in our own lives. So my priorities for next week, I'm pretty excited. I'm expecting to get my first deck of cards, my first official printed deck, uh, sometime next week, probably a little bit later on in the week, probably Thursday or Friday. We shall see. If not, I'll expect it the week after that. I'm working with a real commercial printing shop, so these things, it's not like print on demand where it's kind of just happens in a day or two. This is actually going out to a really nice offset printer, and they're doing a fantastic job of printing these things out at a really high DPI. So I'm very happy with the end product, and I'm going to be super happy to have them in my hands. It's super cool to have these graphics overlays, but I sure do miss being able to pull a physical card and hold it up and say that I am, and really allow us to affirm that we are. So I'm proud of you, Shauna, for beginning a new healthy habit. That's awesome. You and a lot of other people I know are beginning new healthy habits, and I think that's such a cool thing. And I'm proud of myself. This week I am working on continuing to make this broadcast better, and also working on my second deck of cards because, well, I created one and now it's time to create another one. I am working on the prototype for a deck of cards that is specific to like work situations, because a lot of times we could use a little bit of affirmation at work. And so my first deck was generalized affirmations. My second one will be about work affirmations. And ultimately, my goal is to empower people wherever it is that they find themselves and in whatever situation. So I am empowered today. I've been changing and adapting my whole life, and you have as well. So that's what I got for Nightfall today. I will be back tomorrow, 9 a.m., and we will work through another one of my I am cards. I'm pretty excited about that. And these I am cards, there are 42 of them, and they are all just really positive messages, messages that I very much enjoy. So I'm very excited to share these all with you. Some of them you've seen, some of them you haven't, and I'm going to prioritize the ones that we haven't seen until I finally get the real physical deck in my hands. And once that happens, I'm going to shuffle them up, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to go through them all. So that's what's going on in my world. I'd love to know what's going on in yours, and particularly, it always makes me happy when I see that somebody has shared one of these broadcasts. So thank you for doing that. Anyhow, I'm going to turn off technology. I'm going to go analog for a little bit. I've got a wonderful book to read, The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. So I'm going to just dig into some poetry and enjoy the rest of my evening and plot out what my most important tasks are over the week. So thank you guys again for being here. I will talk to you tomorrow at 9 a.m. for the wake up call with Maui Paul. And until we meet again, aloha from paradise.